one of the things that you guys might be asked, all right, on your test, hint, hint, is not only to evaluate for an angle, but also to find what exactly the angle is that you're evaluating from this expression. So you're going to have to, yes, you are going to not have to know the formulas, but you're also going to have to be able to relate to what the formulas look like. So for instance, I will give you guys an example of 3 different formulas, sine, cosine, and tangent, real quick. I'll just do the sum to keep it consistent. I'll show you the sum of each one to help us kind of understand which one this is. If I did the cosine of u plus v, that would be the cosine of u times the cosine of v minus the sine of u times the sine of v. If I did the sine of u plus v, that would equal the sine of u times the cosine of v plus cosine of u times sine of v. And if I did the tangent of u plus v, that's going to equal tangent of u plus the tangent of v over 1 minus tangent of u times tangent of v. Whoosh. OK, now I even know this is addition, and this one might be subtraction. But let's just go and look at it, guys. Does this look like it's the equation for a tangent? No. OK. Which one do you think it looks like, Kevin? Either. OK, Kevin, good job. All right. So yes, this is the sine. However, this is the sum formula. Is it the same as the sum formula? No, this is the difference formula, right? So remember, on the difference formula, what you're doing, if this was, so the difference formula, you go back on your sheet and say, all right, well, that's u minus v, which equals the sine of u times the cosine of v minus the cosine of u times the sine of v. So what you guys can determine is this is your u and this is your v, right? And what we're doing is you subtract your u minus v. So what this actually is trying to evaluate the sine, very good, of 15 degrees. So on your homework, you guys have examples like that where you have to go and determine what exactly you're trying to evaluate for. OK, it's just working backwards. It's just determining the angle and then either adding or subtracting the angles in the function. So you determine what formula you're using. Is it the sine formula, the cosine formula, or the tangent? Yeah. But you got to make sure there's a couple of points. You got to make sure you understand, because how did you know it's not adding them, right? You got to know, is this the sum or the difference formula, right? And don't just say, oh, it's subtraction. That means it's difference. Because remember, cosine is the opposite, right? And tangent has addition and subtraction in it, right? So it's not as obvious always as you want to think about it. So make sure you know which formula, if it's addition or subtraction. Know, is it the sine, cosine, or tangent formula? Tangent's pretty obvious to know, right? Because it's the only one that's rational. However, cosine and sine, cosine I think is pretty easy too, because the cosines are together and the sines are together. Sines, they mix them up. And then you just determine, what the final answer is, and then your function. So that's your answer. That's it. Done. There's one last thing I need to teach you.